Feeling better already, ain't you?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. As good as it gets on Thursday. Me? Waving at me? Him? What, he didn't turn his mic off? He usually waits till it gets all the way up there and remembers and goes all the way back. All right.
He thought he was going to preach.
Yeah.
He did.
Yes, he did.
We love you, Jeff.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right. I've been told this a lot, and I guess it's true just because I'm simple. But I just have it's a gift. It's a gift I got to make things simple. Which I don't know if it's a gift or not. I think it just comes with being simple. Well, I like simple.
Yeah.
Me
The
too.
gospel's simple.
Yes, it is.
And so I was thinking today about this book and how big it is and how, man, I don't know if you guys can live long enough to get it all figured out and get it all known and learned, you know. But I was thinking, just the simplest thing, I think I figured this book out. You ready?
Yeah.
I think I figured it out. You tell me if I'm right or not. Here's what the whole thing's about. Here's what all this is about right here. God knows that whoever you hang around, you become like. Whoever you run with, whoever you spend time with, whoever you're rubbing elbows with, whoever you're with all the time, you become like them.
Yeah.
Right? Remember when you was a kid? I don't know, I had a kid. When I was a kid, I had a friend, and he came from up north, and he talked like it, Chris. And so, you know, I mean, he was really up north, and he hadn't been down here very long, and he really talked up north, you know. And I got to know I had a lot of buddies, but I'd run with him all weekend or something, you know. And after I'd been with just him 2 or 3 days, I'd catch myself. I'd be saying something like he'd said it, or, you know, I'd be talking like him or something, you know, and I'd say, oh, you guys aren't like that, I guess. But I'm just saying, whoever you're around, you start becoming like them. And God knows that. And so this whole thing is about us walking with God and running with God and knowing God and living life with God, and we become like Him.
Come on now.
Amen. Yes.
Does it get any easier than that? I mean, religion's made it really hard. I mean, he said, I'm going to create all this. Adam and Eve in the garden, you're going to walk with me. We're going to do this thing together. We're going to set this little spot up right here, and then I'm going to bless you, and I'm going to crown you with glory, and everything that's mine is yours, and we're going to do this, and we're going to take this little spot and spread it and infect the whole earth with it.
Yes. He still wants to do that.
That was the idea. Well, of course we know. An old liar come along and tricked them and messed things up for a little while, you know, and so all this mess, and so there Adam was, separated. Enemy's whole plan, separate us. So there we were, separated from God, and wondering why we were getting further and further from looking like Him. Because we're separated. But God's God, and He had a plan. He knows what to do. And so here comes Jesus, right? Jesus came along and removed every obstacle.
Yes.
Everything that there was that separated us from God had been removed and put on Him. Now we're no longer separated. Now we can walk with Him, have a good time with Him, be with Him every day, every waking, every second, constant. He lives inside of us.
Amen.
So I'm with Him. I'm running with Him. He talks to me all the time. I'm talking to Him, and it's just good. And the more I know Him, the more I become like Him.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's it.
Simple.
That's it. Now, some people have known Him a little longer. Some people had more stuff to overcome. Well, we're all on a different spot, but so what?
Right, Casey.
We're all going towards that. We're
Yes.
all made in the likeness and the image of God.
Yes, yes.
You know, I told you, a week or two ago, that here comes the devil trying to tempt Eve to eat from the wrong tree, the knowledge of good and evil. And he says, yeah, well, God don't want you eating that because you'll be like God. Well, she should have said, I'm already like God. He made me like Him.
Yes.
I'm His son. He's my Father.
Right.
I mean, I got the same DNA, you know. And all that got messed up. You know, that's why Jesus said, you must be born again. Because you were born of Adam the first time. Adam was born, Adam, you're born of Adam, you're separated from God. Because God is God. God is right. God is pure.
Yeah.
God is holy. God is righteous and just. And He's so righteous that anything that's not righteous can't even get in His presence. It's pulverized immediately. In the Old Covenant, whenever the priests would go into the holiest of holies, they would tie a rope on them jokers.
Yeah.
Because that's where God's presence was, and they would go in once a year to make a sacrifice, and they wore a bell on their feet, and they go in there to make a sacrifice, and I don't know how they drew straws or what, but here he goes in, and they're on the outside listening, you know, and if that bell stops ringing, they know he dead. They get that rope and drag him out. No kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
Because only pure, righteous holiness can even be in His presence. That's how righteous He is. Any sign of sin or anything else, and it's pulverized, vanquished, gone. I mean, like, gone, right? That's why Jesus came to do what He did. Everything in us that came from Adam, everything in us that was not pure, holy, and righteous was placed on Jesus.
Yes.
Placed on Jesus. And then everything that was pure, right, and holy, and righteous that was in Jesus got put in me. Got put in you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
There's nothing left in you to keep you from being in His presence.
Right, Casey.
You don't have to put a bell on your foot. You don't have to tie a rope on and say, I hope for the best. Y'all pray for me. You can run right in.
That's it.
That's right.
You can run right in. He's not just, I mean, they just sang it. He's no longer mad.
Yeah.
It says over and over in His Word, I'll never be angry with you again. Your sins and your lawless deeds I will remember no more.
That's it. Thank you, Jesus.
Man, David said it in Romans 4. Blessed is the man. He's talking about me.
Yeah.
David. He's talking about me. He said, blessed is the man whose sin.
Yes.
W-H-O-S-E. Jeff already declared there's intellects in here. W-H-O-S-E. Whose. That's like possessive. Like, whose is it? Whose it belongs to them. It's whose. I'm already over my head. It's whose it belongs to, right? It means it belongs to Him. Blessed is the man whose, W-H-O-S-E, whose sin does not go on his account.
That's right.
It's
Thank
not
you,
imputed to
Jesus.
his account. Blessed is the man whose sin didn't, it doesn't say didn't have some.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's good, Jason.
It say didn't have any. It's his. W-H-O-S-E. Just not going on your record.
That's right.
Clean
Went on Jesus' record. That's why He died. And I'm going to tell you, the fact that He rose again, He resurrected on the third day, Sunday morning, Easter, we just celebrated it. He could not have come out of that grave if there was one bit of our sin left.
That's right. That's right.
Sorry,
It's all gone.
it's gone. Go ahead, check your record. Go ahead, pull it up on your iPhone. As clean as it can be. Now you get the opportunity and the honor and the privilege to live life with God as if you never sinned. You can be in His presence. You can wake up with Him. You can live life with Him. He's involved in every tiny to the big situation you got going on, doesn't matter to him. You can live life with God. He's inside of you. And
Yes.
now we get the honor and privilege that we're running with him, and now we start becoming like him. It's the gospel. It's the book. It's the book. He made a way. Well, I read that 2 or 3 weeks ago, Romans 3. He made a way. Showed us a way to be made right with him without keeping the requirements of the law. Romans 3:21. God showed us a way to be made right, without keeping the requirements of the law.
Yes. Yes.
Let me put that in cowboy terms. God made a way for me to be declared right without living up to a certain standard and upholding all the rules and behaving a certain way.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Lord.
Now, once I start agreeing with what he said about it, and I believe in that, I start becoming that.
Right, Jason.
Start becoming that. Now, I know that them people, there's a lot of, people are insulted by how simple this is. But it's what Paul meant when he said, I'm not ashamed of it. He's writing that into Romans, where all the intellects were. Philosophers, high-mighty, educated, high-minded folks. That's who he's talking to. They're proud of their intellects. Right? He's saying this. He's not saying. Look, we've heard it like this. You ought not be embarrassed to tell somebody about Jesus. You see somebody in Walmart, you better be telling them about Jesus, because I'm not ashamed of the gospel. No, that ain't what he meant at all.
No.
He said, I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is, not one of them, it is the power of God.
Yes.
He's saying, I'm not ashamed amongst all you intellects to tell you that it is this simple.
Yes. Yes.
The gospel of Jesus Christ is the power of God. The very fact, they sang about it. He who knew no sin became sin, so that poor old Jason, who knew no righteousness, might become righteous.
Yes.
Huh? You got to make it personal for you. I'm taking it for me. I want some of it.
Right.
You explain to me how Jesus, who never sinned, became sin, and I'll explain to you how Jason, who never did right, became right. It's been made right with God. Because I got born again. I got born wrong the first time, born of Adam. I got born right the second time. I got a new father.
Yes.
I done forgot what I was going to talk about tonight. Oh well, this will do.
Yes, it will.
Here's what. Becoming like him. It's the whole goal, really. I mean, religion's made it hard.
Yeah.
We've come up with all this stuff, and then we've kind of, well, I agree with this, and I disagree with that, and I don't believe that. You know, religion's more about, they can tell you all about what they don't believe in.
Yeah.
They ain't even sure at all what they do believe in. They'll tell you what they're against right quick. Well, we don't believe in that. Well, we don't believe in that. Well, what do you believe in? You know? I say, well, I hear this all the time, because I believe in total victory.
Come on.
I'm not waiting till over yonder in the blue bayou go, crossing
Yes.
the river till I get
Yes.
mine. I got one again. I started.
Now.
He didn't. Yeah. I know this makes some people squirm, but if he'd have created me for heaven, I believe he'd have put me there to begin with.
Come on.
He put me in the earth to make the earth look like heaven.
That's right.
Didn't Jesus pray like this? Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come.
Yeah.
Your will be done on earth
Yes.
as it is in heaven.
Yes.
Now, would Jesus pray that if it wasn't the heart of God? I wonder what the will of God is. For the earth to become like heaven.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we ought to quit writing songs about I can't wait to get over yonder because it's so bad here. Maybe we ought to rise up in who we really are and start taking this thing over and take the little garden that we've been given and spread it and infect everywhere we go.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Quit being a bunch of, I like this. Well, there ain't no sissies in here, is there?
No.
I'm telling you, the world's not impressed by a bunch of religious sissies. The world's going to be changed by a bunch of sons that know who they are, what they have, and how they got it. and know that they got it for free, they can also give it away for free.
Yes.
You
Yes.
didn't earn it, you didn't achieve it, you didn't deserve it.
It's a gift.
Oh, if you get it free, you can give it free. However you got it, you're going to give it. If you think you earned it, you're going to expect other people to earn it.
Yeah.
And that's why religious people got so mean. I'm telling you, the spirit of religion is this.
Yes.
You got to do it like I did it.
Yes.
You got to dress like I dress. You got to do your hair like I do my hair. You got to sing like I sing. You got to worship on the day I worship.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's all religious.
Yes. Good.
Fooey.
Ooh, that's right. I think y'all are making fun of me.
We're agreeing with you.
Everybody good?
Yes.
I'm just saying, I'm not against, I'm total victory. I believe in total victory.
Yeah.
I believe as it is in heaven. As it is in heaven, it is in Jason. As it is in heaven, it is in you all.
Yes.
Us.
Yes.
Total victory.
Yes.
Don't mean we're all the way there yet, or we got some stuff to unlearn, or we're growing.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on. I hear it all the time. It's saying, well, you believe in that prosperity gospel. Well, I don't know about no prosperity gospel. I don't never seen it called that. But I can find it in the Word where he likes for me to prosper.
Yes.
Yes.
It's part of the gospel. It's the position he put me in. Guess what? If I'm becoming like him,
Come
and
on.
he has streets made of gold,
That's right.
you reckon maybe I'm supposed to be blessed?
Yes.
Well, if now you guys just believe it's God's will for everybody to be healed.
Yes.
Well, duh. I'm becoming more like him. I've never seen it here where he was sick.
That's right.
I never seen it here where he turned anybody away that needed healing or wanted healing. I never seen him say, well, I'm going to work this out for a little purpose, so you hang on for a little while.
Come on.
Come back in a couple months. Yeah. No, that ain't in there.
Yeah, I'll pray for you.
It's time we start basing what we believe about God in our doctrines and theologies about the life of
Come
Jesus
on.
and how he operated. He is the exact representation of the nature of God. He's the visible of the invisible.
Yes. True.
I'm tired of all this religious nonsense that has all these ideas about God. You can't even, Jesus wasn't even close to some of that nonsense.
That's right.
I'm just saying, if I'm becoming more like God, I'm just telling you, how could we not be blessed? We're becoming more like God, how can we not be more healed? Hey, here you go, here's one. No, this is what, people get nervous. You're preaching too much grace, saying you're just all right to sin. Well, if I'm getting to be more like him, does that make me more of a sinner? I'm telling you, walking with him is where the power of sin falls off.
That's right.
The power of sin just holds on when we keep trying on our own effort and gritting our teeth. I don't want to do better myself. I'm sorry, Lord, I want to give it my best shot this time. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm telling you, only the power of God can break the chains we found ourselves in.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, believing that, knowing that, walking in that, and becoming like him, I don't know how to make it any simpler than that. Becoming more like him. Free.
Yes.
Free. Free from. Fill in the blank. Because he ain't bound by nothing.
Right, right.
He ain't bound by nothing. I just say, look, you know what? We're another day down. I'm another day closer to being like him. Don't mean I got it all figured out. It don't mean everybody I lay my hands on gets healed yet, but I'm going.
Right.
Because I can't find anyone in there. I've read everything in red. I can't find one place where he didn't get the job done.
Come on.
And I found one place where the boys didn't get the job done. The boys didn't get the job done, and they come to him and said, hey, I'm paraphrasing, how come we didn't get the job done? Nowadays, religions say, well, it wasn't the will of God. Must not have been the will of God. The will of God's a mystery. We'll know. We look through a glass darkly, right? We just don't know. Must not have been the will of God. Well, the boys didn't have that attitude. I wish we could get the attitude the boys had.
Yeah.
The boys said, hey, how come we couldn't get the job done? Because obviously it was the will of God, or you wouldn't come down the hill and have it happen right now. Jesus didn't go against the will of God, did he?
No.
No.
Obviously not. Jesus healed the boy immediately. So it must have been the will of God. It must have been the will of God for the boy to be healed and be free.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We all with it?
Yes.
It must have been the will of God. But the boys didn't get the job done. Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Just because the boys didn't get the job done does not mean that it wasn't the will of God.
That's right.
And then look at the attitude of the boys. They come to him and said, hey, why couldn't we get it done? Because we believe that it should have been. We've already seen it. They already got sent out 2 by 2, said, healing the sick, cleansing the lepers, raising the dead, huh? You know, what happened to those verses? We're gathering up and singing songs and going home to sing.
Come on. Come on.
They said, show us. Why, somebody showed up wanting freedom, wanted healing, and we couldn't get the job done. What do we do now? Make up new doctrines and change our belief system and rewrite the book? Or do we say, show me what I need?
Yes.
Show me where I'm still not seeing. Show me where I'm at. He said, you still got unbelief. You wasn't being mean, critical. Saying, you're just not yet seeing what I see. When you see what I see, you'll do what I do.
Yes.
Just keep on coming. Disciples, that means following Him. Following Him. You know, I'm just like following Him. What happened to that? I'm telling you, I'm not interested in having meetings. Too much work. I'm not interested in having meetings and show up and they can sing 3 stanzas and I'll give you 3 points and I'll go home and say I belong to Cowboy Church. I'm not interested in that at all. He said, the things I do, you'll do. He said, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead. Is he? Uh-oh. Maybe we ought to take on the attitude of the disciples and say, hey, we believe that it's supposed to be happening. And I'm pretty sure there's not a problem on your end. That means there must be a problem somewhere. More than likely on my end.
Come on.
Come on, can we be humble?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Or do we just want to pretend and be religious and be the laughing stock of the world? We want to become the sons of God. And rise up
Yes.
in unity, powered by love, take this world over. I'm telling you, there's supposed to be nothing happening on this earth that doesn't go through us and have our okay say so.
Right.
Follow me, he said. It's like what a Christian is. We've made it. Well, we've really messed that up. We've made it, okay, pray this prayer, repeat after me, you're going to go to heaven one day. Now hang on. It's becoming like Him. It's following Him. I mean, just think about the Christian, word Christian. I don't even necessarily use that very often, but the word Christian, to be Christ-like, that's what it means.
Mm-hmm.
To be like Him. Uh-oh. I mean, you can go to church all you want. You can put a fish on your car. You can have a Christian ringtone on your phone. You can read your Bible. You can pray. You can pray the prayer. Everybody close your eyes. No looking around. Repeat after me. No, I'm not against that. If that's where you came in, fine. It's where I came in. I'm just saying, You can do all of that and still not really know Him and go home the same and still be mean and mad and miserable and bound and unchanged. I refuse to be a part of something like this. I'm telling you, the gospel. And He became what I was so that I could become who He is.
Yes. Yes.
Changed.
Yes.
I'm telling you, the power of God. If a group this size, we start believing this, we start becoming that turn, I'm telling you, it'd be impossible. It's my dream. It's impossible for somebody to come in here sick and leave the same way. It'd be impossible for some... we got more than 12. Somebody come in here bound up, chains, addictions,
That's right.
lies. I don't care what it is. If it ain't from heaven, it ought to tremble when it comes in our
That's
presence.
right. Yeah.
Let me tell you what, all of hell. That's why the world looks like it looks right now, because he's getting scared.
Yeah.
He's getting desperate. He knows because this message is getting preached and sons of God are rising up and we're fixing to take our rightful spot. And we're done bowing down being sissy religious folk and we're going to start running the thing.
Come on.
And he's scared to pieces thinking we're going to find it. Because, that's right, he's nervous. Because he knows when I get, all I got to say is, you better get. You better get. Sickness, you better get. I ain't backing up. If you're waiting on yeah but, you ain't getting one.
That's good.
It is good. That's good preaching.
I ain't even opened my Bible. I think I did quote a couple scriptures.
It's coming from his heart, just like Dan. Dan was it.
Tell you, anybody want some of it? Now listen, we start living in this. We start becoming like Him. We start being sons of God, being like Him. You can read this. You see everywhere Jesus went. Flogs of people hanging on Him. I mean, they couldn't get enough of Him. Now, if we start becoming that, do you think we're going to have to come up with some kind of program and bake sale and this and that to try to get people
No,
to come and beg? And
people are so
No, that's...
you don't need no program if you'll get in the likeness and the image of Him. It said, those that believe in my name, lay hands on the sick, and they recover.
Yes.
I'm telling you, we start healing the sick and getting the brokenhearted full of peace, and I mean, I could just go on and on. It's what the whole world needs,
Yes.
whether they know it yet or not. They just need to know their Father and know that He's no longer angry. Know that they're no longer separated. If there's anything wrong with anybody, it's just that they don't know. Just that they don't know. Everybody good?
Yes.
Everybody want some of it?
Yes.
Let's say this, Lord, we want this.
Lord, we want this.
You're going to have to do it in us.
You have to do this.
Because if we get to figuring it out and trying, you don't have to be on. If we get to working at it and trying to figure all this out, we're going to mess it up.
That's right.
I say, here's what I pray all the time. Even if I try to back out of it later, ignore me. Even if it gets a little tight and I try to squirm back out, you hold my feet to the fire. You just do it.
Yes.
Is anybody here willing?
Yes.
Here's the good news. It's not by our power. It's by His power. The gospel. The gospel. Oh, I don't know. You guys better sing something. You want to? Yeah, this is too good just to go home quiet. Anybody in here righteous?
Yes.
My goodness, what if we start believing that? If you still have a hard time saying that, you still think it's because of your performance and your behavior and your actions.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with your performance, your behavior, or your actions. Sorry. I know you've lived a lifetime full of guilt thinking that. But you can tell that guilt to hit the road. You read it, Romans 5, because of one man's disobedience, many became sinners.
Yeah.
You were born in sin.